What's going on? How are you guys? Watching if the market's gonna stay volatile here or not. Gotta play my trumpet, you know? Alright, so we've seen the market kind of calm down a little here. And on NASDAQ, we've seen a buyer come in off of the lows. As you can see here, that positive 1.3 thousand, sorry, 1,300 contracts. Large buyer, blocks of buyers brought this market back up here to this point of control here for the session, more or less. On the Qs, so the Russell's leading the way up, and the S&Ps seemed like they were the weaker market pretty much all session. We bounced off the, what do you call it? I guess you could call it yesterday's point of control, more or less. So the S&Ps are bullish above that currently. And that's kind of where we stand, more or less. All right. I'm watching the Qs mostly. I had a good morning session overall. Only 5 trades, or 4 or 5 trades. We're up on the session here, and I want to see what the volatility looks like here going into 11 o'clock. So from a larger perspective here, again, what we saw from a larger perspective is a range. Let me show you this on the other OBS here. We had a range, okay? Actually, more specifically, we have a range up here, then we have a single print, then we had another range down here, traded through here a while. There was some good trading activity here, if you were reading the pivots, and now we've seen an auction lower, and now we're heading back into this range. So auction market theory says if we hold the low of this range, it's going to test the other side. So we'll see. So just, it's always important to understand the context, okay? Seen a pretty fast move down here now. Last bid at 27. We flushed down very fast to this area. This is an area of inflection 810 on the Qs. It's the M period high. By the way, we flushed down to it just now. Not too bearish here. Seller's kind of aggressive on the ES there, just watching. Flush the lows and the Qs. Oh, 6 to 14. Go to about 78 more or less. Eight evens. It's gotta take out the evens. It's not done. Nines. Take out the evens, kind of bid now. Six plus 90 up to 6. Really, it should be here, but it's okay. We're just watching. So we're offered at 6 now, coming back down. Traded 78 there. Watch. Again, I'm reading the volatility very well right now. 8-point ranges. So we're basically, we're 98, 06, 14 more or less. And then it would be 22, give or take. Those are like just the areas, you know? Okay. Nas is moving down. Kind of holding the bid. It's minus 80, flat market now. There, 79.5. Look at that. Look at that. See? It respects those areas just so perfectly. So it's definitely got trapped there. Now it's bidding its way up here. Coming back up here. 03 offered. I would expect to see a crazy short squeeze. So I've got a limit order pretty far away. Squeeze up to about that 14 more or less, you know? Just watch how it trades. Again, the delta's kind of neutral, but down overall in the last 10. In the last 10-20 minutes, delta's down. Because we have seen a move down. Coming bidding up slow here, 06. 6 offered. Seven now, 8. What's the overshoot? Overshoot could be up to 4 points here in this condition, so you gotta watch out. I'm definitely gonna watch how, if we even get here. So we're still offered at 06. Delta flat, we're bid at 06. A lot of volume on the offered. Coming up 14, kind of coming up slow. $13, missed it. 13 quarter, still going up. I'm looking at about this, 16. Still coming up pretty slow though. I need a sweep. 13, 14, 14, 15, 16. That's kind of what we're looking for. 13 bid. Now we shouldn't come back up and trade there. We'll see. We might get it. 14 is the area I'm watching. So I got filled on a sweep at 16 here. Are we bid or not? We're offered at 16. Kind of bid now. Might be a scratch. Might be a scratch. Still moving up. 16 bid. 16 offer. 18. That's a little too high for my liking. Are we bid on the way back down? Yes, we are. 20 now. That's too high. I'm gonna get stopped here because it's overshooting my range like crazy. Yeah. Ha! That was a tough one, gotta say. Just kept bidding, right? You call that like a dead cat bounce, I guess, where it just keeps bidding, keeps bidding, keeps bidding, keeps bidding. Outside of the standard deviation. Way outside, in fact. We trade all the way to 23, 22. So, makes sense. So, 22 is the pivot. Again, my pivots are still on. It's just that I was one pivot too early. Be crazy to bid here, but that would be the location right there at 98, judging by how fast it's moving. So 12 half, 04, 12 half. Seems reasonable. So that's an area to watch. This is an area to watch. 78. Sorry, 98. Flushed it. 98 bid, flushed it. What I would like to see is flush the low by a few ticks, take out the sell stops, and rebid. 3 points. Going lower. 98. Watch the suicide mission fade. Call that a suicide mission. Fuck. At least it's bid, but it's a suicide mission. Come on, someone buy it. Someone buy it, come on. 98 offer. 99. Crap. We need it to be bid here. It's offered 98. We don't want that. Okay, it's holding, it's holding, it's holding. It's holding, it's holding, it's holding. $98 bid. It's holding, it's holding. Three coming up. 4. Bid at 01. Bid at 800. Bid at 01. We were bid all through here. We're bid. We're coming down slow now. No good here. We don't need a flush against us here. This is alright. This is alright. We're bid here. 802. 802 half on a 806 coming up now. 806. Will it trade? 802. 803 offers. Come on. Going up slow. 803 bids on an uptick. 802. 803 bids on an uptick. 804. 805. 806 trading. Going up slow here. We need a nice sweep. 806 trading now. 7s now. Come on. 8. Sweeping it. 9. 10. 9. 10. 9. 950. 950. I'm out. Decent trade. We got it from 98 to 950. It all solid 10 handles there. Or 11. Whatever. Let it ride. You gotta let it ride. Watching when it's moving in my favor, I'm watching very closely how the velocity is behaving as it's approaching the area and all of that. That's sort of my cue whether I should be looking to get the hell out or stay the hell in. So as you can see, it's still moving up slowly here into this inflection area around 14 to 12 to 14. No. That was risk to reward. That's what it's all about, man. Risk to reward. I'm trading 1 contract. You got to get paid. If you trade 3, then I would have taken 2 off and let the last one ride and smoke a blunt, right? But no, you got to get paid. That's why it's building the discipline of trading 1 contract. If you can consistently pay yourself, if you can consistently manage your risk and consistently manage your profit with 1 contract, then you can allow yourself to trade more, 2, 3, etc. That's how I see it. But thanks, Vlad. Still bidding up. We're into this inflection zone though. 14. before it overshot to 22, so 14 to 22. Shot it up fast, 24s, 50s traded. Someone got filled with some enormous edge at 24 and a quarter there on a big old offer. So I moved up very fast. So we'll see where it's bid here. Again, ES a little stronger here now as the session has been developing, trading to the higher part of its range. The Russell's definitely been leading up all day. Regulo MES, well, you're talking about ES, right? It's kind of smack in the middle here. It was weaker earlier. Now we've been consolidating in this range here, so it's a little bit hard to say, but I would say the range, the current range that you're looking at for the S&Ps here, 26.75 on the upper end and 18.25 on the bottom end. I wouldn't want to be long if it starts getting below 18.25 and holding below that. I would not want to be short if it's getting above 26.75 and holding above that. But right now we're in a 30-minute kind of consolidated range. The Russell is starting to see some profit taking here off of its highs. Okay, the Q's seeing some profit taking as well. So this profit taking now here is led by the Russell, as we're seeing a pause in the Russell, and the Q's are holding on pretty well here. So we've seen a decent sell-off, well, a little sell-off, and we're bid at 14 here, more or less. So that previous range there, 31, yeah, that was the range. So Q's back above 30. Wait a second. Our 8-point ranges, yeah, 30 give or take. Q's back above 30, 28, 30. Very bullish. I would not keep a short bias if it gets back above that. And again, it depends on how it trades there and all of that. So we're still seeing some decent volatility here. It's 11:12 a.m. and we're bid at 14 on the Q, so let's keep watching. This type of squeeze activity, that plus 792 there, that's fuel for the market to go lower a little bit. So you always got to keep an eye on things like that. So now watch as we're going lower here to trade that 806. We moved down pretty quickly here. 806 bid now minus 100 more or less. Okay. 06 to 03. 06 to 03. I'd say it's more like 03 right now. But we'll see here. We traded 805 literally to the tick there. 805 quarter. Moved down very fast. It's rebid. It was last traded at 14. So that's the range right there, okay? That's how I'm reading the market right here. About 8-point ranges more or less. So 806 to 814. Pivots are still good. I'm gonna get some water real quick. Move down a few more points here, another plus minus 100. Trade on 803, moving lower now. 98 again, 98. 98 moved really fast down, coming down. Is it going to make a new low here? Seen a strong move down here. A very fast move down, as I would call it. Sold it fast, sold it fast. Flush them out, flush them out, flush them out. Six 3/4 offer. Looks like it's got more to go here. Swept at 90 evens. Minus 100 swept the 90 even bid. Again, volatility pivot's working like a charm. Look at that, man. Even bids again. Come on. Flush them. All right. That's pretty good. Okay. Okay, that's a little too much for our fade. Again, perfectly to the tick, that volatility. So give him a good flush there, minus 300 there on the Qs. Took out the lows there of the Globex. Took out those overnight Globex lows here. 82. So just fill in some of these levels here. So we had evens, we had 82s. Give or take your 8-point ranges, that's what I'm seeing more or less. I'm ready for trades by to take a loss as low as the day first. Why is he long? Is the guy long, Vlad? Is he long? Because if he's long, then the thing's probably going to keep going down. It still has got. I mean, we took out the Globex lows here. I know I keep saying that. We're offered at 90 evens. Oh, he's over leveraged long. Oh, goodness. Okay, we're going lower then. Shit. That's great, see? The next battle's on the Qs is 773. Still going down here. 82 bids traded. Minus 100. 773, we came down real fast here. Nice flush, nice flush. 773, this is the zone. This is a zone. Call it what's the low of that one? 773 to 776. Going lower here. Flush it, flush it. Flush straight through it into yesterday's range. And it might have more to go. Gotta be careful here. So that's the range here, 773. Again, I'm just looking for good volatility to scalp on. And this is some good volatility. I'm waiting for this thing to become a little bit more range bound. 773, so we'll call that end low. And then this would be the zone high. 772, 773, 776, 30 zone high. All right. Coming in, flushing in, flushing. There's also a 30-minute battle zone right at 53, 53 3/4. That's the next that's a 30 zone, 30 zone. S&P's there, flushing new lows. Russell, not making new lows. Q's flushing. Ah, man, I feel bad for the guy, man. But you know what? He got himself into it. He thought he knew what the market was going to do. In reality, nobody knows what the market's going to do. So I got to trade what you see. Flush to the VPOC of yesterday's session. That's what it did. And it might have more to go. Flush to the VPOC of yesterday's session. It might have more to go. But I am not selling it here. Just flush 30 handles. So 47 to 55. Pivot's still good though. About 8 points. 47 to 55. Give or take a couple of points. Should be 63 the next pivot. $61. It's bidding up. this is when you would want to look at your footprint just to see where the single prints are here. So you can see my pivots are pretty spot on here. 48, 48, 55, 63, 71. Okay, so this is what we've seen here in the Qs and more or less now. This was the range that needed to hold for the bulls to win, basically. That's what I was saying earlier. We can't hold below, we can't hold above it, so we're going lower. So you can see we've seen some strong imbalances lower, minus 1,200 contracts. And now over here, when we take out these lows at 790, you can see starting to see some crazy single prints here. Look at this. So when you see this, that's a single print, no volume there. It just went straight through that thing. So, you know, starting from about, you know, 780 or 82 more or less, because remember that was the last pivot we had there. 82, the thing single printed straight down all the way through until 70. So you could say 70 more or less. 71 is going to be the high of this zone, give or take. That's kind of what I can anticipate from what I can see starting to form. So we're trading still in the middle of this range here. 55 offers down to 47 bids, give or take. Market's coming down. I mean, it moved down last, so you should not really look to buy this. I mean, unless it's just for a scalp, depends on, you know, whatever. But positionally, you don't want to be long. You definitely don't. All right, we got some sellers got trapped at the 46 there. Moving up here. 56. Great move. 7, 8. 9's almost traded. Trapped a bunch of sellers. Now we're cashing them out. 55 there. 55 bid maybe. 55 bid on an uptick there. 53 bid there. Pretty good long here off the 55, gotta say. Now it's less good. Now it's less good. After you see a block buy like that, it's less good. Again, that move down to 46. That one trapped a lot of sellers. That one trapped a lot of sellers. So that's what I look for, man. That's what I'm looking for all day. I'm looking for fish in the water. 55 offers lifted. Let's see. Coming up now, 9's trading. Evens now. 63 should be the pivot here. 63. And look at where it stopped. Tell you, man, this shit just... And I ain't trying to say shit, but look at where the market stopped. 63. $71. That was the next one. Where did it go till? 71. I tell you, I'm reading the volatility fucking perfectly today. Good thing there's only 17 of you watching this. 17 of you, consider yourself cool. Again, that's the same shit as we saw earlier. Moving up still. 77. Oh my god, that's plus 1,000 on that move. That'll squeeze out a lot of short. So now where are we bidding here? 55? $55, 63. $63 is actually the zone. A lot of buyers, a lot of buyers. Look at that tape, it's all blue. Trading 71 offers. Kinda. And you can see my standard deviations are going off the charts there. Look at that, fucking, the hell is that, 15 points? No, 12 points or something. 12 points with like a 4-point offshoot. That's not what the volatility is. Okay, they got him out, so that means it can go up now, yeah. I mean, here is good, and as well as here, 63. Buyers are moving it up. Check. Watch the 71 bid. Ain't no bid there. 69. 69, so I was getting trapped there. Watch 71 now, offered, it's bid. It's going up. Again, it's kind of chilling in like a 3-4 point range now, so not ideal condition to trade, but I do want to watch how it continues to develop from here. That's kind of what's interesting to me. Good chance to get some water. And I still have a bid at 55, but we'll be all right. It takes 30 seconds. Earn PC optimum points while you shop. How would you put your PC optimum points you know where? That's what I always say. Hey, what's going on, Top Tick? How you doing, man? Qs are bidding up here slowly. Kind of the, I guess you would say the top part of this kind of larger range now that we've been forming in the lower end here. And we're kind of slowly trading into the single print area as well. On the Qs talking. Should probably look at the S&P futures as well. Let's see. 1450 was an area that was in play for a while. So we definitely flushed down here through this, well, 06 quarter. We traded that like to the tick on the S&Ps. And now we're bid back at 14. So definitely a good flush. Minus 147 now, we're bid at 70. The Russell's back in its range. Q's here, trading to the upper extreme of yesterday's range. We flushed through to the middle of the range. Flushed them good, then it rebid. So now this 73 here, this is kind of important area. And it's normal that we'd accumulate here for a little while, so we'll see what happens. The volatility might start to drop from here, so we'll just keep watching. Again, today's been great volatility overall. Good scalps, 8-point ranges. One skill I'm trying to work on is when I'm reading the market good, I'm trying to stick around and trade more. And when I'm not reading it good, try to fucking not trade, you know. I'm doing all right, Kevin. I'm doing good. So a nice flush here down to the 66. So here 71. What was the pivot? 63. Still bid at 71 here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Offered at 7. Okay, never mind. Pulled it. They pulled them. Okay, it's been doing that thing now. Yeah, I see. $63 quarter. What's the delta here? Still had a bid down at 55, didn't I? That's right. Flush them. If they flush them, I'll take it. If they flush them, I'll take it. 60. If they flush them, I'll take it at 55 and a half. If they flush them, I'll take it. If they flush them, I'll take it. No. 63 is now offered. If they flush them, I'll take it. Should have just shorted meme stocks with 400 million buying power. Yeah. Holy shit. If they flush them, I'll take it. 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 7. Too slow a little. Too slow. Flushed them 7 there. I kind of want it less, I'll be honest with you. I want it a lot less now. After this move, right? And that's what the market's all about. You always got to go with what it's telling you as the story develops, you know? So like after we had a plus 100 there, now I don't want it there anymore at 55. So we're going back up here. 71 maybe. I gotta open some new credit lines. Stop it, bro. Don't talk about those things. That's not good things to say, you know? Everything you say out loud, you know, your subconscious mind hears it, right? So you're like programming yourself when you say those kinds of things. That's not good behavior. I guess it's funny, right? Once in a while I joke around, but... Nah, do whatever you want, man. Do whatever you want. Ah, I see, I see. $55 3/4. Yeah. Flushed him through 55 here. We're bid at 55. It's not bid at 55 here. 47, next area maybe. They're buying him. Look at that. Look at this. You know, like, if you wanted to play a range, that would be the... That's kind of my zone, you know. It's kind of my zone if you wanted to do a range play. But again, the market's going down here, so you got to be really cautious trying to buy this. Again, look at that delta. It's kind of evening out, right? You always want to watch for that. If the delta's evening out like that, then it means it can probably keep going down in this case because it's been going down. So I'd be cautious trying to bid it here, but definitely it depends on how it approaches it. Okay, so coming up now. So we're bid at 55. We held the fucking bid now. Sweeping up 63. Held the offer. Probably scalp him off 71. Just looking at it contextually. Under lows for complete brutal day. I don't really know. I just want to get paid. I just want to trade. I mean, I just want to manage my risk. That's what I meant, sorry. I just want to manage my risk, take high probability trades, and that's the end of the fucking story. Coming up now, offers lifting to 63. Scalp him at 71 maybe. He ain't gonna get it. If it fucking shoots up there maybe, but shoot him. Shoot him in the toe. Shoot him in the toe. Shoot him in the toe. Two-point offshoot, 2-point overshoot. That's a little too high for my liking. We're bid at 62. 70, I mean. And we're bid here. We're bid. I don't like that we're bid here. I don't like that we're bid here. I don't like it. You couldn't do shit. You couldn't do shit about that. You couldn't do fucking shit all. It's all right. That's why we manage our risk. $79, give or take. Okay, so trading through that single print. So like that was an example of a situation where I was trying to trade a range play, but the volatility condition changed in that instant that my order got filled, right? And we saw a large move outside of the current volatility condition that was occurring. So that's an example of where you get run over, right? If you're trying to do a range play. So that's why you got to keep your risk small all the time. You know, if I didn't keep my risk small, I would be offside another what? 12 points here. And personally, I don't get into those trades. I've done that shit before. It's stupid. Don't do that. If you want to stay in business, you keep your risk small. Simple as that. I'll show you guys where I'm at on the session though. Overall, we're still up on the session here. $35. Whoops. There we go. So as you can see here, keeping the risk relatively small. This trade, crazy that it came, you know, 2 ticks away from my emergency stop. But we had some nice movement here. This trade was a big mistake. Big mistake. This trade I got filled with enormous edge. You can see this trade right here. This one was at 9 in the morning or something. Or, hold on. Can't even see the time. 10:12 a.m. I got filled with enormous edge on this trade. I think I was the only one that got filled at that price. As you can see, it didn't even go against me at all. I was in profit as soon as I entered. And it went 40 in my favor and I got filled on a fucking break even. That's very irresponsible. So like doing things like this, you know, definitely you have to see that. When you see that, give yourself a slap. You say, hey man, if you do that shit, you're gonna go broke eventually. So it's still going up. Yeah, Jiffo, I don't know about YM too much. I wouldn't trade it, I'll be honest with you, because the liquidity is not really there. And think about it like this. The S&P index has 500 stocks in it, right? S&P 500, that's what I meant, sorry, the S&P 500. The Russell's got 2,000, the Nas has got 100. And the Dow's only got 30. So it's not an example of a great index to trade on, you know? I don't trade it personally, and I've spoke with some other traders that don't trade it for similar reasons. But I'm sure there's probably opportunity. I mean, kind of like to scalp them at 72, 73 here, 72, 72. We got a nice little sweep down. I'd like to scalp them there. Getting close to noon here, so you gotta be kind of cautious. It might be over here for the session. So we'll see. About 82 even bid to about that 90. We have traded the 90, right? Again, that's kind of where the inflection point is, the 90. So that 90. So, you know, if I were to refresh kind of where we're at here now. Kevin, I'm trading a small account here, so I try and stick with one lot. So until I grow the account a little more, then I'll start trading 2 consistently. I've been doing this for quite a while, so like what I've noticed, I've gone through a lot of patterns, right? So a lot of ups and downs in the account, and what I've learned is that the most important thing is learning how to stay alive. You know, on like the majority of days you're grinding, just trying to stay alive, right? And learning where to control your risk, where to put on risk, where to not put on risk. And on your good days, you want to be sticking around and make some cash. When you're clearly reading it, right? When you're clearly reading it, right? Sorry, I said that twice. I don't know why. And you know, that's what I was saying it to my friend the other day. Trading is kind of like a restaurant business, or like if you own an ice cream store. You make the most of your money in like 2-3 days when it's friggin' hot and sunny outside, or in the case of the market when you're reading the volatility properly and all that stuff. And then the rest of the days you might have 1, 2, 3 customers, you know. So you gotta pay your expenses. That's basically what you're doing here. I'm trying to get filled in this area. Let's see if it sweeps down here to this 70, 71 here, 72. Give him a sweep. Give him a good sweep there. 72 half, 72 half, 72 a quarter. Traded him too slow. 72. Yeah, sweeping him. Are we bid at 71? 71 bid there on an uptick. $73 bid on an uptick there. 76 offers trading. Again, watch the 8s. Where should I be getting paid here? 84, give or take. But we'll watch. Got to continue watching here. Might not be over. I might have to scratch it. We'll see. If it's still bid, as long as it's bid, we're fucking good here. Sorry for the foul language. Bid at 78 quarter on uptick there. 80s now, trading. 78 3/4 bid there still. Might have to give this one a shot. Give it a chance. Give it a chance to move. Give it a chance to move. Just a little bit. 75, 76. 74 bids on an uptick. Minus 81 on an uptick, call it. 80s trading. Will we get to 83? 79 bid. 78 bid, that was the area. This is the area it's kind of struggling with. It's trying to advertise for more sellers here. I do think, yeah, 80, I think this is a safe profit target. We need a sweep though. 83 half is reasonable. Give us a sweep. 81. 2 bid at 80. Give us a sweep. 2 halves on a sweep. Come on, give us a sweep. 3 half. Got him out. Got him out. Filled on a sweep. Again, trade location was good there. 71. I approached it very quickly. That was the optimal condition for that order to be filled. Overshot it by a couple of points, which is totally normal in any market for that matter. Coming back down now here. Back to the area it was bid now. Sellers trying to attack it. We're bid. 71 is the bid. Yeah, and where was just curious to where the top tick was, 84 half. Yeah, see, right around to that area. The liquidity pools are working well today in the queues here. Liquidity pools is like, you call it a high volume node. Areas where you had previous two-way trading. Sometimes the market, depending on how it approaches, is gonna bounce right off of it. Or sometimes it'll go straight through it. That's why you gotta watch what it's doing. Thanks, Vlad. What the hell was that? 83 offers. Again, watch this area. This 86 is kind of a danger zone here. Kind of a danger zone. Look at that. We're plus 200 now into this area. It's a little bit of a danger zone for a buyer, but we'll see. $90 was the inflection point. 89 3/4 to the tick. All right, let's read these questions here, so I can catch my breath. From July, I'm going to go full in studying day trading. I do have a course about volume profile, footprint, DOM. I'm going to implement it. Is 6 months enough to evaluate my progress? 6 months is not enough to evaluate your progress in trading, that's for sure. I mean, you're going to learn a lot in those 6 months, but then in the next 6 months, you're going to learn a lot more. So like, that's why I say 6 months is not enough, because trading is this process of, you know, every week that goes by, you're going to take something out of it. And a lot of times, unfortunately, you also get something taken out of you, which is money out of your trading account in order to learn those lessons. So yeah, the first part of your question, you said, I want to go full time in studying day trading. Okay, so that's good, but I don't want you to be under the impression at any moment that you will be able to make a full-time income from day trading. You should never be under that impression, because trading is risk activity, and there may be moments where you're making fucking good money, as some would call it, but there's no guarantee that you're going to make that money tomorrow or the day after or the next month or the next year, right? Well, with a year you're probably pushing it, but I'm saying, you know, within a shorter time frame, because we're trading short time frame trading here. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, that's kind of how the best way I can answer your question. Definitely put in time in studying this stuff, but also as you're studying, you want to be trading too. You don't want to be just studying, because I've seen some guys do this. They study, and then they show up to trade and it's like, fuck, what I learned doesn't work. Because the current market, the way it's trading, it might be relevant to some of the things you were studying, but it's not really completely relevant, right? So like, what's really important is looking at the market now, how it's trading, and playbooking how it's trading now. So if I see it's doing this, I'm saying, okay, the market was doing this on this day. Am I reading it right? If I'm reading it right, I'm gonna be in a state where I can trade it more, right? And if I'm not reading it right, then it means I need to get back to the books and say, okay, look, I'm gonna go review my recordings, right? So you wanna spend some time, well, you wanna record your screen sessions first of all, and then you wanna spend a little bit of time every week reviewing those sessions, basically. And go back and review sessions from months ago, sessions where the market was volatile, sessions where the market was kind of choppy, you know, different things like that. That's good. Tyrone, any book recommendations for low time frame scalping? Book recommendations, yeah, Gary Norton, Scalping Manual is pretty good, just to understand some basic concepts. It's a little on the pricey side, but a lot of the concepts that he shares in that manual is very important for short-term trading. But I wouldn't really say there's Yeah, also there's John Grady's book. He has a good ebook that he discusses some important aspects about short-term trading. So again, we're still chopped at this 86 here on the Qs. I've been just watching, you know, just in front of my eyes, I'm seeing this rotation here from 86 to 77, 80. Well, I say 80, 79, 80, right? So we're 12 o'clock here on a Tuesday. And I think I need a short break, so I'll be back in a minute here. Just a minute. Promise, not too long. Hey, what's going on? Q's moving up here, 80. We're a bit from the 86, 87. Now, so I would call these ranges more or less expired. We'll see if they're expired or not. So, trading into, wow, I'm messing up my chart here. All right, let's look at some context. Oh. So we're seeing a bit of a recovery now. We flushed through part of yesterday's range. The upper extent of yesterday's range is this area right here, 772 on the Qs. You can also call it the M period low because that was the low of trading of the last hour of yesterday's trading, which I wasn't watching, but I saw it afterwards. So this is kind of like an important area for the Qs to hold. So as you can see, we've been building volume, you know, higher and moving higher, and we're filling in the low volume areas basically. So this was an inflection point earlier, 14. Now we have these areas, 73 up to 86. This was a range for a little bit. Now we're moving out of this range to the upside. So now we'll see what we get. Volume starting to drop off. Delta up, 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 slightly down, up. So we're unwinding some of the delta from this down move here. Now, what I look for often is what the delta is doing based on what the price is doing. So the more the delta stays flat, the more the market can probably keep doing what it was doing, because it means that it's agreeing on price wherever it's going. Whereas when you see delta imbalances, there's certain conditions, you know, that in some cases it might need to even out that delta before moving around more, in which case the market will result in more of a trading range. So now our market is moving up here. So let's just look at our correlations. As you can see, this move, NASDAQ is on the weaker side compared to the others. S&P is approaching that zone at 26.75, like I was talking about before. The Russell kind of took profit from this daily zone. And that's kind of where we stand. I mean, basically watch that area on the S&P. I wouldn't go long, I wouldn't go short if we start going above that, holding it above it, I mean. But I would call it an inflection point, a profit-taking zone if you are long. Same on the Qs here. 810, if we get back above this, probably want to keep a long bias, generally speaking. That's kind of how I see it. So I'm going to go ahead and switch that. I don't know, I like it red. It doesn't really mean much. Sometimes colors are weird. Yep, so that's where we stand here on the context side. So the market is slowing down here. We're 1208 on a Tuesday, seeing a bit of that unwind. So let's answer some questions. Why not? Here we go. Watch volume and how market reacts to volume zones and amounts and breaking those zones. Yes, I like that. Learn about how it looks when big players buy and sell at zones between 8 to 13 ticks in ES. Yeah. So, you know, 8 to 13 ticks, I would say that's subjective, right? Because it depends on how much the market is moving. And this is like the big thing for me, right? So when I'm trading, I want to see how much is it moving, how much opportunity is in this market right now. If it's not moving even 3 ticks, then you know you don't want to trade it and go on vacation. That's simple as that. But when it's moving around more, then you can, you know, there's more opportunity, right? So okay, next question. To react to where you said to record your trading session, it's really good and important too. But I have a laptop and TWS is so laggy that even without recording, it's lagging so much. That's weird. So, what's laggy exactly? Is it your DOM that's laggy, or everything? Because it might be your PC. You might not be allocating enough memory. Could be a number of those things. Top Tick says, just watch, don't trade for months. I like just watch, because watching is very important. You need to watch everything. You need to watch it, right? Watch the fucking market. But don't trade. I don't necessarily agree with that, because especially for a new trader, you want to know what it feels like to have skin in the game. That's why you need to trade small. You know, you can trade demo a little bit when you're trying stuff out, but then when it comes time to trade small. Trade live, but trade small. So you know what it feels like to get skin in the game. and you can start to build good habits. And again, this is typical day trading stuff. You're going to hear a bunch of the guys talk the same way, but I'm just telling you what I think and how I see it, right? So you asked, I answered, end of story. Did you ever try to trade other markets like gold or crude? Not really, to be honest. Maybe gold a little, but crude oil not really, to be honest. I might check it out now that they came out with the new, the smaller size contract, the small exchange. I might check out that contract and might try to scalp it a little. SMO is the symbol on Interactive Brokers. So look at how that one is trading around. Gold, nah, not really interested. I mean, there's plenty of opportunity in equities. You just gotta wait for it. I like cryptos too, but the volatility is too wild sometimes. You know, if there was nice liquidity like these markets have really good liquidity, then I would trade the cryptos, right? If there was nice liquidity there. But like when you see crazy things like Ethereum dumping, you know, 1,000 points in a fucking minute, it just reminds me of how I'm happy I don't trade that market. It's simple as that, right? TWS need RAM, set it higher. TWS, yeah. TWS used to lag more on data issues before now it's smoother. Mario says he's going long on the Qs here, room to 830. Sounds like more of a positional bias you got there. 830 is 40 points higher than where we are now. 35 points higher than where we are now here. So, yeah. Kevin, they are going to add micro crude in July, probably better than the small one if you want to give it a try. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting you mentioned that, because you know, down the line there's going to be all these products, right, to choose from. So I think it's important to be aware of what's out there, right? So definitely they're competing with each other. You got the small exchange coming out with the small micro crude oil there, and then you got the CME, you know, slapping them back and saying, all right, we're coming out with micro crude oil too. You want to play hardball? We're going to play hardball back, right? So at the end of the day, it's a good thing because there's just going to be more products to trade, more liquidity in the market, which is good. And also it will probably change how the market is trading, right? Because the more participants that come into a market, that's going to change the liquidity. It's going to change how the market behaves. So in a way, it's going to be good because the way I see it, the way I think about all this is the more traders there are, the more fish there are in the water. The more fish in the water, the more opportunity you make money. So I don't think it's going to be relevant whether the CME one is going to be better than the one on the small exchange. I think as long as wherever there's the most volume, we trade that one. That's it. We'll have to see, right? We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. So this market's now in grind mode. We had nice volatility this morning. S&P's now tagging that 26.5. Russell also tagging this 31 area, which is a 30-minute, oh sorry, 15-minute zone. See here? Below that bar, 31.3. How do you guys, I've always thinking like, when you talk about the Russell, how do you call out the prices on the Russell? Is it 31.3 or 31 and 3 or 31.3 or 31? I don't know. 31.3. How about that? 30 zone, motherfucker. ES green. Yep, ES green. Flat on the session. Looking at the quote board now here. The Qs are basically flat. The S&P is basically flat in the session. Russell is up 0.6. Dollars up 1/10. Euros down 1/10. Crude's down. Crude's up 0.7, but my data is delayed by 10 minutes. Bitcoin down 4%. Ethereum down 7.2%. And that is where we're at. And real estate trusts are up as usual. I just look at that because it's funny. Okay, how about marijuana stocks? Haven't looked at those in a while. You like 16 range on NQ over 19? You know, it depends. I don't really think it makes that much of a difference. I don't really look at these really that much. I'm just kind of I'm using this chart to get a good idea of what the 1 to 1.5 standard deviation looks like, and that is really what I'm concerned with. I don't really care about the ranges of these bars, right? 16, 17, 18, 19, they're all good, okay? 20, 21. It's like a yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm just looking at a quote board. Dogecoin's at 31 cents. And that is where we stand. I used to trade natural gas just a little bit. I did play with it at one point. Any of you guys trade natural gas before? The 20 that are here. Q is still moving up here, bidding up, bidding up. For a bit at 790, a bit at 98, now moving up. So we're trading into the battle zone there on those two markets, and you know, volatility is starting to drop off. So yeah. Maybe we'll get some more volatility soon. I don't know, but I don't think so. I think I'm done for the session. I'm just talking with you guys. I'm just talking with you guys now. Okay, I'm not trading. I'm not trading right now. I was thinking of doing a type of stream. Tell me if you guys think this sounds really cliche or not. But the type of stream where people call out tickers in the chat and they say, "Hey, what do you think of this? Or what do you think of that? What do you think of this?" And I check and I just do the market profile on those tickers. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that's a decent idea? Would you enjoy watching that? Or would it be so boring? Because I'm basically going to say the same thing over and over again. I'm going to say, that's the battle zone. Watch what happens when it gets there, and then if it gets there, you want to keep a bias, and then if it does this, then this. All it is, it's if then, if then, if then. But nobody knows anything. So that's what I'm going to keep repeating. Yeah. Vlad says no, he'll never trade no gas. No gas. TY says he likes crude oil better, yeah. Yeah, there's more liquidity. Felix, aren't single stocks even better for scalping off the DOM? Less variables and more fundamentals we can use to determine our buy. It seems that futures just move up and downwards randomly. Of course, I get the reduced liquidity thing, but spreading the exits should be fine. No. That's an interesting question. Because So this is the reason why I think a lot of pros prefer to trade futures, is because of the superior liquidity and order execution. Now, I probably it's possible to get a data feed for stocks that gives you the same sort of quality that I'm getting here with the CQG data. You know, where I can see every bid and every offer, and it's moving around like a Ferrari, right? The way it moves, you know, I see it really clearly. And also thanks to this platform Jigsaw, which helps me to see all the trades occurring at the inside bid and offer, which are probably literally it's literally the most important thing for me, is seeing that. These two columns right here, the inside bid and offer, current traded contracts on the bid, current traded contracts on the ask, and the delta as that's happening is just like, that's for me, that's all I need basically to read the real time. So if you would be able to see all of that and trade it on a stock, on a liquidly traded stock, then yeah, then for sure. Absolutely. Because stocks are interesting because when they get hyped up, there's more fish in the water. I always go back to that. There's more fish in the water when they get hyped up. When everybody and their grandma starts looking at something, that's when you know there's some good opportunity to trade it for an experienced trader. So the experienced fisherman, he's gonna have an easier time catching a fish. But I guess the reason why I stick to these futures, I just find that I've gotten used to trading it, and I find I kind of know when I should be trading and when I should not be trading it, I guess. But again, it depends. It doesn't all. I say that now because that's kind of what I've seen. And like today was a nice day. I was reading the condition well. And other days, well, basically for the last 2 weeks, it's really been a grind fest. Like I've been staying alive, thank God, because I haven't been putting on a lot of risk. But today was an example of a day where I was reading it out and I said it out loud. I'm reading this market right, so I'm sticking around to trade it. That's simple as that. So that's a skill to learn. Okay, cool. Happy to know that would be a good thing to do, guys. Thanks Mario, thanks AJ, thanks Vlad. 4 p.m. plus market recap. Yeah, it would be cool. You know, it's an original concept. I trade off Jigsaw too, so the thicker the better. Can you look at market depth on Sheep token or not? I don't know what that is, to be honest. Sheep token. Sounds like the things you use to play video games at the movie theater. For futures, Rhythmic and Sierra Chart, Denali feed is where it's at. Yeah, I've heard it's good. Here's a little bit of volatility. Seeing a sweep. You know, this looks exactly like what happened before when I bid it at 770. $89.80. You would have got the fill at 89 a quarter. That's it. That's the only fill you would have got. 89 and a quarter, and it makes sense. It was around 90. 90's the pivot. 90's the pivot there. Came down fast right into that area. Same shit that happened before. Remember when for you guys were watching before, I got filled in that bid at 71-ish? That's the same sort of shit that just happened here. But again, looking at the profile, I would have had my order at 87, or I would have had my order here. Looking at the profile now, I'm honestly looking at where I would have placed my order, and I would have not got filled because this thing went to only here. So now we're bid back up. Call it 98, more or less. Shiba Inu token is a crypto. Shiba is a trash crypto created after Doggy Coin. All right. Where do we sign up to buy it? I don't know. To be honest, I never traded crypto, guys. I don't even know what broker to use. I think Binance is good. $7.90. $7.89. $89. Minus 100. Going down now. 85 on a sweep. 90 rebid. They swept him now. 90 rebid. All right, I'm gonna listen here maybe for another few minutes, and until this volume stops, then I'll continue watching. Bid on an uptick. 90 offer. Bidding up. 4. Offers lifting. 4. Off to lunch. Yeah. Might be. Yeah. Might be off to lunch, but. Okay, look, once this is my rule. Once I start seeing the volume here, once I start seeing these volumes here under 100 consistently, I stop. Simple as that. So we might be very close. Yeah, and that was a nice sort of trade. I saw it happen again. A bit around the 90 to 86. Just looking to see if these pivots are still relevant. Yeah, they are actually. I mean, the top of the move was 07, so. 98, 96, 98. Here comes 98. So yeah, it's still relevant. 98. Let's see. Volume's still good. Looking at the volume, still pretty good. Might trade up to the end period here, 810. Flush through it. Flushed through it last time, might flush through it again. On the upside. You know, Mario, your trade is not that bad. I mean, I would say your profits are good. I mean, I don't know, to be honest. As long as your risk is managed, can't say anything. Still bidding up, still bidding up, still bidding up, still bidding up. Still bidding up, still bidding up. 10 now. Again, this is a different market than I was seeing earlier, and that's what I was just thinking to myself. I was thinking to myself, I was reading the volatility very well this morning, but now this is a different market than this morning. Very different. So, you know, just to keep aware of things like that. This is not this morning's market anymore. This is now the afternoon market. Traded at 13s even, and now it's fading a bit. It's not finding a lot of sellers, it's just fading. It's finding some buyers though. 09.5, 09 even, 09.5. 02 area was the last bid there. Just looking at my pivots, they're not relevant. These pivots are not really relevant anymore here, so you can forget about them. Kind of like this 01 area. $796, yeah, that's the area, yeah. 801 down to 796. I'm looking at where the liquidity was on the previous bars. See if we retrace where it's going to bounce from. Yeah, that's cool. Seven quarter, 8. This was the area, 801. 801, that's the area where there's sellers. So they're going down. There's a bit of excess supply here. It's going down. I don't think you'll get it. It's just going down. Personally, don't think I'll get it, but so it swept up to 08. This might be bad. This might be very bad. This might be very bad. Okay, the simple rule here is that if it's bid against me, I get out. So it's bid at 11.75. $11. $11. That's a lot of sellers at 11. Right at my price too. Quite interesting. You know, some of you might think I'm a little crazy here, but we'll see. $10. $12. 12 buyers lifted the offer to 12. I don't like this. 13 now. Back to 11 now. Back to 11 bid. I don't like this song. It's making me nervous. Back to 11 bid. Now 11 offer. We might still be in business here. Now, just watching closely. 10 bid on an uptick, I don't like that. 10 quarter bid on an uptick, 11 offer, 11 offer. $10 bid. 10 offer, 11 offer, still. We're minus 200 here now. I don't know, it's not really looking good. Look at that, the volume is consistently under 100. I should not even be in this trade. But I want to see if the bids just start pulling. If they start pulling, that's a decent sign. 9, 10, 9, nah, 12 again, 12 offers. 10, nah, 12, nah, 12. $11 again. You see, those pops don't really scare me until I see it's really bid against me. If I see it's bid against me like crazy, then I'm like, all right, get me the fuck out. But see, it wasn't bid against me. It popped 2 points, then it came back to 11. All right, fine. Now 08 bid here. $7. Quarter. Sorry, half. 8 quarter bid. 8.5 offer on a downtick. Eight half offer. Slow market. 8.5 bid. Some block buys there. 11 offer. This is where it was previously. Is it 11 bid? If it's 11 bid, I might just get the hell out. But that's plus 71 now. So now that's pretty good. We'll watch. Keep watching. 8-10 bid. Pull them down. Oh, 8.5. 8.5. It's pretty good. 8.5. Rebid. 12.5 again. It's bid at 13.75. That was a positive 45 on this move. Now it's fading back. Is it bid at 11 or not? It's bid at 11.5. I hate this. You guys are laughing at me. You're all laughing at me. You're like, why is he trading in this slow market? I don't mind. I'm accountable. 11 yet again. 11 bid. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Thank you. I'll take it. It's okay. I'm not gonna revenge trade that one either. We'll take it. I took a small scratch there, maybe 2 points, 3 points, 2 points. Anyways, that's the market you don't want to be trading in. There you have it, right? You don't want to be trading in that market. As soon as I got in this trade, the volume started to drop like crazy. So like, it's like it has a time limit to it. It's like, all right, if it's not gonna go, you're gonna get out, right? You're not gonna stay in that. It's simple. I'm not gonna stay in that trade and just become a sitting duck. And now, you know, it might do what I thought it was gonna do and go to 802 here, 801, 802. It probably will, in fact. The name of the song before, it was this one, Kamis, K-A-M-I-S by Pandrez. All right, we are going to cut it for today, my friends. So we're up today. Nice session. Was reading the volatility very well. Overall, good trading session for the majority part of the session here. I only started streaming here. These trades were not caught on stream. This was when I started streaming, and then pretty mixed afterwards. A couple of trades hit my stops there. I'm gonna go back and look and see if I could have avoided that. This one I could not have avoided. I discussed that one with you guys because this trade was an example of where I took a range play, but at that moment was where the volatility changed. So you know, you get caught, right? So the one or two times you get caught is fine because the majority of times you catch it fine. So you know, it's about understanding the probability. You can't let an outlier like that you know, disrupt your entire trading process. This was the trade right now, pretty much just like a whatever type of trade. I tried to fade it, but the market's just not doing anything, so you don't want to be in a trade when the market's not doing anything. So we cut it for a small scratch, and we're just going to cut it there because the volatility is very light now. Look at the volume here, 50, 60, 80 contracts every 15 seconds. For me, that says go outside, go for a walk, go play basketball. So we're done for the day here. We traded well, and we'll see what tomorrow looks like because tomorrow is another day. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Have a nice one. Ciao. Hope you enjoyed the stream.